Howdy, guys, and welcome to Cliff Notes, and welcome to night number 75 of the Overnight Feed recaps for Big Brothers Season 25. Night 75. We only have 25 days left. We're getting to the end game now. It's getting ready to get exciting. Today is going to be an exciting day. We've got a veto ceremony. I think there's going to be some people that are a little bit surprised. So let's talk about what happened yesterday. A little more chill than most days, but we certainly still had some conversations, people plotting, planning, etc. So let's get right into it. Now, first of all, as you recall, we had some punishments. We had Felicia in 24-hour solitary. We had Cirie going around in a superhero unitard. She's going to have to do some tasks. We really didn't see that many. Wow, sad. I don't recall seeing any tasks from her yesterday. So maybe the feeds go down when they have her do that. Not really certain, but we've got the two of them with some punishments. We've got Jag as the invisible HOH. He also has the veto, as does Blue. Blue and Felicia are on the block today, but they may not be there for much longer once we have the veto ceremony. So with that, let's talk about what happened yesterday. We'll start off with Blue talking to Cirie. Blue's telling Cirie that Jag had told her that he is the invisible HOH, that he's going to be putting up Cory in America. Blue obviously is taking herself down. And then at that point, he'll put up Cory or America. He'll then pull down Felicia, put up the other one of the duo. So, yeah, Blue's a little bit happy that Cory and America are going up, that she's coming off. Cirie is hearing this news. She's acting surprised. She already knows. I already told her, but for Blue's benefit, she's acting surprised. This is the first that she's heard about it, very happy. Blue does tell her that, hey, Jack's going to come talk to you here in a little bit, and he'll tell you, act surprised when he tells you, but I just wanted to let you know. So, yeah, Blue can't stand not telling Cirie the good news on that. All right, we do have Matt and Jag wanting to make sure that Blue thinks that she found out before Cirie or Bowie Jane. Cirie and Bowie Jane both already knew, but they want to make sure that Blue feels like she's the tightest with the two of them. So there's no issues with them whatsoever. Remember, Jag's still a little bit worried that he did put Blue on the block, that she may hold a grudge. Blue holding a grudge? Who would ever think that? Yeah, now he's a little bit worried that she may hold something against him. So they're doing everything they can to make Blue feel like she is tightest with Matt and Jag as compared to anyone else. So they're going to not let her know that Cirie and Bowie Jane already knew about it. All right, we've got Cory talking to Cirie. Cory is saying, look, you've got 2 guaranteed votes, Cirie. We're not going to vote you out, America and I. So if you do go on the block as a renom, you should be good because you're going to get our votes. You only need 3, and you got 2 right there. So I think you're going to be all right. Boy, is he going to be surprised come today. He is saying that if he touches the block this week, he probably goes home. I tend to agree with that as well. Now, here's a little interesting thing, too. There's a bit of a plan. I think Cory still believes this. Matt and Jag came up with this idea that they were going to, when Blue pulls herself off the block, that the invisible secret HOH, which is Jag, would put up Matt as a replacement nominee, then turn right around when he uses his veto to pull, how would that he would then pull Felicia off and put Cory up. It's not the real plan. The idea was it was a joke. They were going to, I guess that's what it is. The plan was put Matt up on the block and as a joke, and then immediately use the veto on Matt, pull him back off, put up Cirie, so that, yeah, everyone's all surprised that Matt's going up. And it's just some convoluted thing they don't need to worry about. But I think Cory still thinks that's the plan, is Matt's going up for just a minute or so and then coming back off. He doesn't realize that he and America truly are the targets. I think he's got an inkling that something's going on, but not certain just yet, because he does tell Cirie, though, as I mentioned, that if he touches the block, he's going home. All right, we've got Blue and America talking to each other. America is saying that this is a fun game, or actually I think it's Blue saying this is a fun game. America is saying, look, we can't be talking bad about each other at this point in time. She's telling Blue that she pushed hard when people were trying to say that Blue was the HOH. She's saying, I've defended you, saying you're not the HOH. I even tried to blame it on Felicia and looked dumb doing it, but I did what I could to keep you from getting the blame for all of this. Before the nominations were made. And Blue says, oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Well, just a second or two later, a little bit later, we got Blue talking to Cirie, saying this is going to be the best week of her life. She can't stand either of them, Corey or America. She hates America. She can't stand America. She hates her. She can't stand Corey. She hates him. She says they are the ugliest couple, that they are nasty as bleep. Blue is taking this game way, way, way too personal. She's got just a lot of hatred for these two. Now, I get it. Corey put her on the block. They sent Jared home. There's all kinds of reasons that she should hold a grudge, but she's making this too personal. It's not the way to play the Big Brother game, in my opinion. Blue still not happy with these two. Very much looking forward to sending them out of the house and knowing that she played a part by winning the veto competition. All right, Jag and Matt have officially now told Cirie. Obviously, she already knew, but now they've officially told Cirie about their plan going on. They're talking, though, about making Blue think that Bowie, Jane, just found out now, so that it doesn't appear that Bowie is close to them. And again, Blue didn't realize that Cirie didn't know either. So they want to make Blue think that she's as close as possible to the two of them. Jag also wants to make sure that Blue doesn't see the four of them, and he's talking about Matt and Jag and Cirie and Bowie Jane. He says, let's make sure she doesn't see the four of us or even the three of us together at any time more than possible, because we don't want her to think that we're anything. It's going to be all about her. And they're wanting to make sure that two of those four don't end up on the block together next week. So Blue's feeling very, very happy this week and very comfortable with everything that's going on. Not sure how that's going to work out for next week. I'm not sure she's completely out of the target zone, so to speak. I think as much as Matt and Jag have laid off her because she won the veto, doesn't mean that once she doesn't have a veto, she may not be a target again once Corey's at the door. But they're saying, yes, make sure not to hang around too much and make her suspicious that she isn't tight with the two of us. All right, Bowie is talking to Matt and Jag, and she's suggesting, talk about brutal. She said, hey, maybe we should go study with America and Corey, dates, events, things like that. Let's do it while we can before they're out of the door, before they're upset with us. She's not leaving any prisoners, right? She's gonna get as much as she can out of these two while she can. She does tell Matt and Jag, says, look, they're probably going to try some kind of a girls thing with me. I just expect to see that happening. And Matt and Jag are telling her, said, yeah, you're probably right. We'll stick with Blue over America. And you know, do what you can. And Bowie Jane says, I'll come back, give y'all all the information if they propose it. I just expect it. And yeah, I'll work a little closer to Blue as opposed to America. All right, there's lots of talk. They still have the backyard, as they will probably till Tuesday. They're out in the backyard and in the kitchen elsewhere. Lots of talk about other reality shows. I can't remember, Love Island, a little bit of Survivor, something called Physical 100, which I guess Matt really enjoys, because he talked about that some as well. They also got a booze delivery to make things a little more interesting during the afternoon, during the evening. All right, we've got Jag and Cirie talking. They're talking about the idea of someone going home this week, America versus Corey. Who would they want it to be? It certainly seems like Corey's the target, but they're bouncing it around a little bit. They're talking about America without Corey versus Corey without America. Jag feels like Corey would keep on playing. He wouldn't skip a beat. He'd just keep on playing the game he's been trying to play. Whereas he feels like America would be a little bit more isolated, a little bit more lost. He said she would probably go towards Blue, but you know, it is what it is. He still feels like she would not be playing the game as hard as opposed to Corey if she stayed versus him staying. There's talk about the two of them chatting with Matt a little bit later, just to further consolidate this group of three that they're talking about working. Cirie doing her magic. Cirie and Matt and Jag is a trio that they've talked about before, and they're going to continue to talk and make sure everyone's tight with one another. They're also talking about how Bowie really feels, they feel like she's sincere in wanting to work with them. And Cirie is saying, you know, I don't think Nicole just made that up when she got evicted. Remember, she had said that Bowie Jane was working with America and Corey. She said, I don't think she made that up. I think she was serious about that. I think Bowie was working with the two of them. She said, I think Bowie has also figured out that when you sleep with snakes, you wake up with bites, and she's kind of learned, and she feels more comfortable working with us, with you two, than America and Corey. So I'm good with Bowie Jane, and Jag is saying I am too. That's, she's part of our group right now. So they're talking about that. They're talking about how important it is that America does not win the next HOH. Yeah, if they send Corey out the door, yeah, I can see America maybe coming after, I don't know, Jag, if the opportunity arose. So they're saying we just have to make sure that she doesn't win HOH. As long as that's not the case, we probably are good for next week. Cirie, during this conversation, did reveal that she has to wear her superhero unitard all week. Yesterday, I wasn't sure what the case was. Yeah, it's going to be all week long. But I gotta say, just haven't really seen her doing tasks. I thought she'd be doing them. Typically, when you have a punishment like this, you do a lot of tasks in the first 24 hours. When we had the pie smashing during my season, first 24 hours, all night long, we're smashing pies in our faces, each other's faces. You do a whole lot the first 24, 36 hours. So the cameramen can get all their shots and everything. They start editing it. And then after they get all the shots, it kind of tails off a little bit. Well, we haven't seen that really with Cirie. Again, unless it's just while feeds have been down that they've had her doing stuff. And that could be a possibility. But she does have to wear it for the rest of the week. All right, we've got Jag talking to Bowie Jane. I think they were out lifting weights at the time. Jag's telling Bowie Jane if the next HOH comes down to the two of them, that he'll probably throw it to her if she's okay with that. And then he can play the HOH the following week. She can have control this week. She's like, yeah, sure. That works for me. All right. We've got Blue and Jag talking to each other. Blue is talking about how confident America is that Cirie is going up as the renom. Oh, they're going to be surprised. Blue is asking that it's not enough that Corey and America are going on the block. Blue is now asking Jag, saying, look, can you make sure when I pull myself off the block that Corey goes up? She says, I want to see Corey go up and take my place. That would be the cherry on the top. Don't know if he'll do that or not, or if he'll start with America. It doesn't really matter to anyone except for Blue, but she wants him to take her place. She feels like that's the perfect vengeance and all of that. Jag is talking about how much America and Corey are going to hate him after he does this. Yeah, they probably won't have the most fond feelings. That's the thing. Yes, Jag's making a big move. I'm not saying it's not the right move. I do worry about him and Matt being a little bit exposed to the ladies of the house and a few other things. But sometimes you have to make big moves. But he does run a risk. I don't know how that affects him from a jury vote standpoint. I kind of think Corey's going to respect the game and vote for who he thinks deserves it the best, which could include making big moves. But yeah, Jag is risking a lot being the one to make that big move. But it's also a heck of a resume builder. So we'll see how it turns out here in another week or two. All right. But he is worried about that. Jag let's see, Jag and Blue are talking. At one point, they're wondering how Felicia is going to campaign. I think Bowie Jane came in. They're wondering how Felicia is going to campaign once she gets out of her solitary confinement, what she's going to say when she gets out, how desperate is she going to be? Is she going to maybe throw people under the bus before they have a chance to talk to her? They're a little bit worried about Felicia being a little bit of a wild card as she's fighting to save her own game, not realizing it's already been saved for her. All right, we've got Corey talking to America. He's telling her that if he gets HOH next week, he's putting up Matt and Jag. So, you know what I just said about Jag and worries about making big moves and all that? Well, you better be getting before you get got. It seems like to me. So, yeah, Jag understands, I think, that you don't have enough people left. If he does make the big move, someone else is going to be making it. And here's Corey saying, yeah, if I'm HOH, that's who I'm going after. So, yeah, who pulls the trigger first? Well, it looks like it's going to be Jag. All right, we've got the hot tub is finally warm enough to get in. They get in for just a little bit. Warm probably means lukewarm bathtub water based on my own experiences. That hot tub was never hot, just so. But they got the hot tub for a little bit. Matt actually got some swim goggles so he could practice some swimming strokes in the swimming pool. It took him just a few strokes, 2 or 3 strokes to get from one side to the other. The goggles weren't great. They kept filling up with water, but he tried anyway. Why didn't they bring in one of those swimming contraptions like they had for Matt Lockey during Big Brother Celebrity? That would have been perfect for Matt, but I guess that would have been considered favoritism and all that. So he's trying to do what he can in the little tiny backyard swimming pool instead. It's funny because it's a little bit later in the season. It's not summertime. You haven't seen these house guests laying around the pool, sunning and getting in the pool and tanning nearly as much. They did a little tanning yesterday, but not like most seasons, not like our season. But yeah, he swam in the pool for a little bit. All right. Felicia's finally free from solitary. Yeah, she had to spend 24 hours in there. Now, when Dan Giesling spent 24 hours in solitary, he came out with his funeral speech, all kinds of plans to go forward. We'll see what Felicia's got planned after her 24 hours. But we're gonna have to wait because, again, there was a little bit worried what maybe she'd do, how much campaigning she would do when she got out. So pretty soon after she's out, Jag finds her. He tracks her down. Not hard to track someone down in the Big Brother house, but Jag grabs Felicia and tells her that he is the secret HOH, that he is taking her down and putting up America and Corey. Yeah, Felicia's a little bit happy. She runs over, she hugs him, she's laughing, very happy. Talk about a 180 degree turn in emotions. She really is feeling bad while she's in solitary. We didn't see her that much in solitary, but she's been feeling bad. She's on the block yet again, and now she finds out she's going to be safe. So yeah, she's rather happy with Jag's news. He's telling her that America and Corey have been laughing for the last few days about sending her to jury to hang out with Cameron. He's just kind of tired of them. He's complaining as well that America and Corey were cuddling during the veto competition when he and Blue were still up on the disc, spinning around, holding on to those ropes, getting sick, feeling tired, feeling miserable. He could look over and he saw America and Corey cuddling and laughing and having the time of their lives. And he says, I just didn't like that. It's kind of disgusting. They were just so happy there, and I'm doing all the work. So he's pointing that out as one of the reasons. And maybe that is a big reason, because it does seem like after that veto competition, suddenly he was very sold on putting them up. And I hadn't seen that before the veto competition. Amazing if that's what sends him out the door. But he is telling Felicia that's part of the reason, at least, why he's just kind of little finished with them and going after them at this point in time. All right, we've got Felicia talking to Blue. They did a little celebrating of their own that both of them are now off the block. So they're doing some celebrating. Felicia's talking about Bowie Jane, still going after her a little bit, saying that Bowie, there's no way that Bowie's 34. She says, just flip those numbers. She's probably actually 43. I don't believe that she could be that age. She's talking about Bowie Jane being obsessed with Matt. She's saying she was laying all over Matt, saying she needs to stop playing. She needs to stop acting like she's a 20-year-old type person. Because Matt doesn't want her. No one wants that. She's really sounds like we know who Felicia's target's going to be if she gets HOH as well. Because she's a little perturbed with the way Bowie Jane's been acting. Blue is saying that obviously Corey goes home this week, but after Corey, she wants America out, and then she wants Bowie Jane out as well. She does mention, she says, I know that Matt, I probably can't win against Matt and Jag. I understand that, but she says my moral code is kicking in, and I really think those two deserve to be here at the end. So it is what it is. And Felicia says, I get it. I agree. I would be perfectly happy having a final five of you and me, and Cirie and Matt and Jag. We'll see. We've had conversations in the past where they wanted to have America and Bowie on there as well, get out the two guys and have five women at the end. So I don't know. Does Felicia apparent dislike of Bowie trump her desire to have five women at the end? We're going to find out pretty quick because there's not that much time left. All right, we've got Felicia. She's alone for a little bit. She's talking about that sometimes she gets visions. Last night she was asking God to let Jag know that he needed to put up Corey on the block. Well, I guess the praying paid off, because sounds like that's what's going to happen. All right, we've got America and Corey in the bathroom talking. Corey's talking about things that Matt keeps saying Blue had said about them, about Corey and America. And he keeps asking Matt, saying, well, if Blue was saying this stuff to you, why didn't you come to me and tell me about it at the time? And kind of challenging Matt on all this information that Blue was supposedly throwing them under the bus and all of that. America saying that she keeps telling Matt that the things that Blue keeps saying America and Corey are saying about Matt and Jag is actually what Blue was saying about Matt and Jag, not them. It's what Blue was saying. She's just blaming us for those conversations. And so they're both, I think they understand that they're both in kind of a precarious position. So they're trying to campaign to Matt and Jag without it being too obvious, but certainly still continuing to throw Blue under the bus. They understand that Blue is most definitely throwing them under the bus. So they're trying to counter that a little bit. Later, we've got Corey. I think they're in bed at this point. Corey's later telling America that he asked Jag what the plan was, and that Jag wouldn't say, just kind of didn't really respond one way or the other. Corey says, I wasn't thinking that we were going on the block. There's going to be us on the block this week, but if it happens, it happens. So I think he's seeing the lack of conversation as being a little bit of a gut feel that maybe something is up. So he's trying to take it in the best possible light. That if it happens, it happens. But he certainly recognizes there's a possibility. America is worried that she hasn't had any one-on-one meetings with Jag recently, and maybe she needs to do that. And she's worried that the guy who holds the veto isn't really talking to her. Corey at that point says, you're probably being a little super paranoid. We get in bed every night. We get paranoid as we talk about this stuff. And, hopefully there's nothing to it. You spend so much time in that house with nothing to do that things spin in your head. You do get paranoid. You build up the worst case scenarios and get all panicky about it. It's easy to get paranoid in the house. In this particular case, the paranoia is justified because the plan is indeed to put the two of them on the block. They don't know it for certain yet, but they're getting ready to find out today. And with that, guys, lights out by 1:30, something like that. It wasn't a really late night for the guys. Today's going to be the big day. Again, it's the veto ceremony. The official plan, well, the fake plan is that Blue pulls herself off the block. Jag puts Matt on the block as a bit of a joke, then turns right around, uses his veto to pull Matt off and puts Cirie up. That's the fake plan. The real plan is that Blue pulls herself off. Corey goes up. Then Matt uses his veto, pulls Felicia off, puts America up. And then we'll see what kind of fireworks develop after that. We'll see if America and Corey take it well or if they have a bit of a blow up. I think Corey will take it well. America, we'll find out. It's not going to be on feeds. Hopefully the feeds come back and we get to see some of it afterwards. But it wouldn't surprise me if we miss all of it until the episode coming up. Next episode is on Tuesday, just as an FYI. All right, guys. With that, I'm going to shut it down. Y'all have a great Monday. Well, first of all, I'll be back tomorrow morning and give you a recap of what happened, but also tonight, Cliff Notes Live, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. We'll talk about the veto ceremony. We'll talk about repercussions. We'll talk about what's going on next week. We'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, probably Big Brother related. So bring your questions, bring your opinions. 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, Cliff Notes Live tonight. So until then, until either this evening or tomorrow morning, y'all have a great Monday. SKD 143. Cheers, my friends.